Hey guys, so I figured I have a second to spare, and I felt like doing my makeup and also shooting some sort of YouTube video, so I figured I'd come on here and take advantage and do both and just talk to you guys. Some of you know that recently I started online nursing school because of the whole COVID thing. All of my classes are online. Originally, I did not want online courses whatsoever. I'm the type of person that I don't learn easily. I have to stay at my desk all day long, read, highlight, watch YouTube videos, note taking. Like, I'm a slow learner. Once I do learn the material, I feel like I absorb it, I know it, I can reteach the material, and I'm solid. It just takes me a long time to get there, unfortunately. I do have a little bit of a medical background just because I am an aerospace medical technician with the United States Air Force. That only does so much for me. So, for example, there are aerospace medical technicians who have had different experiences, different deployments, who know their stuff, who basically, when you speak to them, they're talking like they're physicians because they've been out in the field and they've done stuff that in the civilian world physicians are doing. I haven't had those experiences. I went to tech school. That was great. I learned a lot. I did my rounds in different hospitals. That was great. That helped me a lot. Unfortunately, where I'm at now, it's kind of like if you don't use it, you lose it. So I'm just a medical assistant, basically taking vitals, asking people what are their symptoms, what's your medical family history, background, blah, blah, blah. I'm not learning that much where I'm at right now, unfortunately. I'm not sure at what point things are going to go back to normal as far as in-person classes and in-person labs and all of that, but right now that's not what's going on. So if this happens to be a useful video for you, then great. If not, the first thing I want to say is before you start your classes, the summer before or whatever, however many months before you start your classes, once you get into the nursing program, start reading up and watching videos on the cardiovascular system. I thought I was ahead of the game just by memorizing or rememorizing the flow of blood throughout the heart and the body. You know, some people have been out of school for a long time and they're just now going back to get their RN, whether it's ADN or a BSN, and you know, you're not remembering things that were so ingrained in your brain, such as, like I said, the flow of blood through the heart. What I'm saying is that's not enough to feel like you're ahead of the game. Sure, it's better to brush up on that stuff rather than not, but you're lucky when you take your first quiz or your first exam if you get 1 or 2 questions on the flow of the blood through the heart. Another piece of advice would be don't buy your textbooks. Some of them can be pretty expensive, and throughout the years, I've always been that person to buy my textbooks before the semester starts, and I usually buy an edition behind so that I can save money. But once you get into the program, you can find students that you're in class with who have a PDF. They can email you the PDF, and you can save money. Or your professors tell you that there's required text to buy and they never refer to it. So I have probably 6 textbooks that stay cluttered underneath my bed. I haven't opened them. My opinion is the textbooks may or may not be necessary. The most difficult class that I have right now is Advanced Anatomy and Physiology. I didn't think I would struggle with it that much. I am used to having all A's throughout my classes. That's because I'm spending all day and all night learning the material so that I literally dream about the material. I was dreaming about anatomy and physiology last night. What was I saying? Jesus. I don't know where I was going with that. I don't even know what I just said. Anyway, so the lectures are on Zoom, or on Blackboard, whatever format your school is using. My school is using Blackboard. That kind of sucks sometimes because the professor or you can have crappy Wi-Fi, and now the lecture is going in and out, in and out, in and out. And if it's them on their end and they're recording it, then they're recording a choppy lecture anyway. So them recording it doesn't help you anyway. Some professors, I mean, of course, no matter what program you're in, no matter what class you're in, your professor plays a huge role in your education and your absorption. So for example, I've had a professor where in the past, when we had an online course, he did not lecture. He did not record lectures. He would send you a whole bunch of notes and then tell you that you can email him if you have any questions. That's not how I learn. I'm not going to just sit there and read for hours and then, like, why are we paying you? You're not lecturing. You're sending us notes from 4 years ago. Like, I could get a better education off YouTube. That's just frustrating. Some people don't want to record the lectures for whatever reason. I think some professors are just stubborn and just enjoy making your life hell. But if they are reasonable, they shouldn't have an issue recording their lecture. And if they refuse to record the lecture, see if you can somehow record the lecture. If you have a second device and then you record the sound of the Zoom, do what you got to do, because at the end of the day, it's your grade. I don't know what piece of advice I'm on now. Maybe this is 3 or 4, but I would say always go to tutoring, and also switch up your tutors, because not all tutors are made alike. So you have one tutor, for example, who kind of just, you ever notice there's those tutors or those professors, whatever, that just kind of don't answer your question? They're speaking, but they're not answering your question. So then at the end of their 6-minute rant, you're like, you understand? And you're just like, no, like you didn't even touch upon the question that I asked. You're talking about everything else, but you don't want to waste everyone else's time. So then you're just like, yeah, okay, thanks. And then you're like, well, I'll just look it up later. So switch up your tutors and find the one that lectures and teaches the way that you understand and the way that you absorb. Definitely get in group chats with different people in the courses that you're together with. Once you're in the program, most of the students in each of your courses, they're all going to be the same throughout the courses. Some of them will vary here and there, but get into the group chats with them, because for the first, I'm probably about a month in now to my first semester. And for at least the first 2.5 weeks, I was so completely lost. I was failing all my quizzes and my exams. Not that I'm doing much better now, but I finally got in the group chats with them, and they're exchanging information that is helpful on the test, whether they're hearing it from people from previous semesters or whatever. They have inside information that I would have never gotten if I wasn't in those group texts. So definitely just get in the group chat text, mute it if you find them to be annoying, and scroll through them every once in a while, but it's kind of necessary. Number 6, email your professor if you're struggling. You want them to know that you're trying. I said I'm used to having all straight A's, and in advanced anatomy and physiology right now, not all the grades are posted, but I think I'm either failing or just passing. And as you may or may not know, in nursing programs, you're only allowed to, they have different standards. So some programs might allow you to get 2 C's throughout the whole program. If you get lower than 2 C's, or if you get those 2 C's, you're out. So you're allowed 1 C, the second C, you're out. Doesn't matter if it's your last semester or what it may be, no matter how great your grades were before, if you get those 2 C's, you're out. So email your professor, show that you're trying, ask for extra help, ask for extra credit. You're probably not going to get extra credit, but in their head, they know you're trying, you're putting the effort in, you care, you're determined, and they're going to take that into consideration when they curve the grade, because most likely if you're struggling, then everybody else in the class is struggling, and they're going to have to curve those grades, because professors, it doesn't look good on them when 76% of the course is failing, right? So they have to curve it for their own sake. I guess I'm not doing my makeup. definitely get your headphones. I don't have any yet because they broke, and I ordered some. They haven't arrived yet. But if you don't live alone and you constantly have people in the house, whether they're talking or mixing music, my younger brother mixes music and edits videos and stuff. There's constantly noise in this house. Like, not just noise, music, like EDM music, constantly. I know what you're saying, like, well, why can't he just put his headphones on? I've asked myself the same thing. He just won't. He won't. He never will. So get yourself really good headphones that cancel out the noise. Unless you're one of those people that just learns quickly and you don't have to spend so much time on material, this video doesn't really apply to you. I'm talking about people who have to sit there and put the effort in and have to try and have to reread, blah, blah, blah. This video is for you. Let your friends know you're not really available for the next 2 years. Because if you have a great night and then you miss an assignment and then you get that second C and your whole life is ruined now because you get kicked out of the program, that one night of fun is not going to be worth it. I mean, I'm kind of exaggerating and being dramatic there. I'm aware. But you understand what I'm saying. Just be okay with being kind of a loner for a bit. Some perks of online schooling, whether it's nursing or something else, you can always hold your pet during lecture. So I'm pretty much always have my guinea pig in my lap or running around my bed. It's just like a little ray of sunshine in the darkness. Another perk is, it's kind of a perk, it's kind of not. Professors, because they know many students are going to be cheating anyway, they give you open book. So you're thinking, oh my God, that's probably the easiest thing in the world. No, it's not. I wish it was. But what I think is going on here is that the professors know that you have access to information while you're taking the test. So they tell you it's open book. That way you're not cheating technically, but then they make it so that the questions are so difficult, you're not finding that information in the book, or the question is formed in such a way you're just not finding it. Don't underestimate the difficulty of open book quizzes and tests. Okay, well, I'm losing my train of thought now because everyone just came home. So if you have any questions, please comment down below. You can always reach out to me on Instagram. It's the same name, @TiffyBop. And I would love to talk to you. I know this video is all over the place, but such is life right now. So good luck. And if you have time before the program, watch all the YouTube videos on the cardiovascular system. That's what I got for you. Okay, bye.